regarding Maccabi, I mean, it's hard to take something important from this huge win by Maccabi. It was a blowout game. But to me, what was huge was Lorenzo Brown's start of the game, confidence and shot making. He showed in the first minutes of the game. He scored 21 points, I think, in the first half. The last time he had 20 was at Christmas time. And I had this feeling that Lorenzo Brown is not the same as he was last season. It was a difficult, inconsistent season for him. But I thought that if he brings this momentum to the playoffs, man, it's not going to be easy for Panathinaikos. Because just in general, I love what Maccabi is doing this season, being one of the most consistent teams in the EuroLeague, playing away all the time. I think that's huge. It's a little bit underrated, the way they managed to stay on top. And as you mentioned, they shouldn't be in the play-in. They're top 6 caliber team. Just because of the competitiveness in this tournament, they had to play this single play-in game, but they proved that they do not belong here. So I think that it might be a little bit more interesting than a lot of people think regarding the playoff matchup against Panathinaikos. And I just wanted to hear your ideas, Rytis. What do you think, first of all, about this upcoming matchup between Wade Baldwin and Kendrick Nunn after what happened on social media, and just in general? We are going to share our playoff predictions in the upcoming episode, but your first look at what we are going to have in this pair.
Well, my first look is that Panathinaikos still remain clear favorites with the home court advantage in Oaxaca. So Maccabi has to split the first 2 games to have the chance to win the series, but they are capable. I think we're gonna see teams with 2 very interesting defensive schemes. I believe that Maccabi is probably leading the league in deflections. I don't have the advanced stats with me, but that should be true.
Yeah.
Which leads to a lot of fast break opportunities. And if Lorenzo Brown is cooking the way he was yesterday, we are once again talking about the best perimeter duo in the league that we witnessed last season, and not necessarily this season because of all the struggles that Lorenzo was facing. And Wade Baldwin is Wade Baldwin. He does what he does, and I don't think there is a discussion about Wade Baldwin versus Kendrick Nunn at the moment. I'm sorry, I don't want to disrespect Kendrick Nunn. It's his first season in Europe. He's proving that he can score. Wade Baldwin has been doing this for consecutive seasons for quite some time, and at the moment he's the mid-range king in this league, and you're thinking about him as a MVP contender just because of the first part of the season. Maybe he's not in this discussion, but in general he is MVP caliber player. So I'm sorry, but there's nothing to prove in here for Wade.
But at the same time, Wade, we value Wade because he was in the EuroLeague for longer while Kendrick Nunn was doing his thing in the NBA.
Yeah.
So it's not like I think you can value. I agree that Wade is in the MVP discussion and Kendrick Nunn is not.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can give more credit to Baldwin just because he was longer in the EuroLeague, because the other guy was in the NBA, which is better level.
No, but he has proven that he is probably the best or top 3 guard in the league right now, and Kendrick Nunn hasn't done that yet.
Right.
And as Wade Baldwin responded, well, you don't even have the stats to show for it. Like, Kendrick is averaging 14.5 points per game with 10 in PAR.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. It's good.
It's going to be interesting series.
It's nothing special so far. It's going to be an interesting series for sure, because Panathinaikos have a lot of defensive weapons as well to prevent Maccabi from doing their thing. I think there will be players that will decide a lot, like Bonzi Colson, for example.
Okay, let's keep these matchups for the upcoming episode.
In general, I'm just looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. I still see Panathinaikos as heavy favorites in the series, though.